Hallelujah. We worship you, Jesus.
Glory be to God. You are welcome to this wonderful broadcast. Today I'm talking about learn to tarry. Learn to tarry. Now, why is that important? Before I go to the importance, maybe some of us need to know the meaning of tarrying. Tarrying means staying with God in prayer for long communion. Staying with God in prayer for long communion. Maybe I should explain further. Also, not, asking Him for some specific things, just having communion. So, tarrying means staying long in prayer for communion, just wanting to know Him, not necessarily bringing a petition for something of desire. So, when I say you should learn to tarry, what I mean is this: learn to stay in God's presence for a long time, communing with Him, not petitioning Him for anything, but more listening to Him and being ready to step up higher with Him. In the book of Philippians chapter 3, Apostle Paul said that I may know Him, the fellowship of His suffering, the power of His resurrection. If you look at the content of that prayer, there is no petition. So, I may go to say this. There are things we can never, I will repeat and I will rest on. There are mysteries we can never discover except we tarry. So, my assignment today is to let you know that you must tarry. You must tarry. Don't just go to retreat to petition. That's okay, it's not wrong. But if you want mysteries, first of all, that are peculiar to you, secondly, that helps you reveal a whole lot of things that are not common, then you must learn to tarry. So most of us go for retreat to go and asking for this, to go and asking for that, even to go and asking for our ministries to grow, our business to grow somewhere. And that's okay. But you see, in tarrying, you are just there. Like Apostle Paul prayed, you just want to identify with Him, identify with those mysteries that are in Him, and then He begins to give them because you are there long enough. You are not showing any sign of, I quickly just want to do this 1 hour and move on. I quickly just want to do this 2 hours and move on. You are just tarrying. So what I want to do today is to show us some of the things that can only come. They can only come with tarrying. This is one practice, let me put it this way, that is missing in the kingdom today, that is missing in the children of God, knowing the arts and science of tarrying. Many of us don't do that again. We have turned Christianity to miracle seeking, miracle gulping, breakthrough, deliverance, galore. All those things are good, but they are children's bread. Now, if we want to experience God like the fathers of old, we must tarry. If you want to bring out mysteries concerning your life, you must tarry. You want to do some things in your industry that are not peculiar, you must tarry. So therefore, today, just to stimulate us, to prepare us, to let us know that, so tarrying is so powerful. I'm going to take us through the life of two apostles. Are you getting me now? That tarried, and what are the things that happened in their life that till now our faith is still built on them. Glory be to God. So the first apostle I'll be looking at is Apostle Paul. Let me read some things for you from the book of Galatians, verse 15, chapter 1. Galatians, verse 15, chapter 1. But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by His grace to reveal His Son in me, that I might preach Him amongst the Gentiles, immediately I conferred not with flesh and blood. I didn't form a fellowship. I didn't go to the brethren. I conferred not with flesh and blood. Verse 17. I love this. Neither went I up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles before me. Now that's not pride, but he understands that he has to tarry at the feet of his master that called him. But I went into Arabia and returned again unto Damascus. How long did he stay in Arabia is not known. But there are things that happened after that tarrying that are till now unfathomable. Let me use that word. They have become pillars that are unshakable for us in the kingdom till now. Till now. So I want to explore a few of them, maybe just about 3 of them, so that you see that if you are not tarrying, you cannot enter into some realms. If you are not tarrying, you cannot get some things from the scriptures. If you fail to tarry, you miss out on some agendas. Listen to me, God is not a respecter of persons. But those who have learned to tarry have done things that some men were not able to do in their entire lifetime. And even if they come again, they may not be able to achieve them. That is how powerful. So let me show you one of the things that happen. First one, Galatians, the same Galatians chapter 1. This time let's go back, because in that verses 15 to 17, he just revealed unto us the secret of the mysteries that he is able to bring to us. So let's go back to verse 1. Look at what one man said. He said, Paul, he called his name, Paul, an apostle. Listen, he did not meet Christ in person. The 12 apostles of Jesus, he wasn't there. Now, the same man now should say, Paul, an apostle. Now, that's amazing. So, tarrying makes you say things that are not known by many about you, but only known by you about you. And that makes you stand up. Paul, an apostle, not of men. I love this. Neither by man, but by Jesus Christ and God the Father, who raised him from the dead. So, everything about me, no man can boast, except by Jesus and his Father, who raised him from the dead. That's one of the things that can begin to tarry. So why don't you go back to tarry and tell us things that we don't know about you? The second thing about this same man goes to verse 11 of that same Galatians chapter 1. But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man. So the first thing is, he told them mysteries about it. I'm an apostle, and it's only by Jesus and his Father. The second thing is saying, I certify, in other words, I guarantee you that the message you are hearing of me is not from any other place. I am not quoting any other person. Glory be to God. But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man. Verse 12. For neither I received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation, hallelujah, by the revelation of Jesus Christ. I did not receive it of man. I was not taught it, but it is by revelation. Now, don't forget, Jesus Christ himself is called the Spirit of prophecy. So Apostle Paul is saying here that I have a lot of prophecies because I was taught by him. Now, where was it taught by Christ this much? When he went to Arabia, when he went to that mountain. Listen, stop going to the mountain just to solve your problem. That's okay, but you see, that's elementary. Go to the mountain to identify with his suffering and his power of resurrection. Glory be to God. This is amazing. Somebody said, I'm an apostle, and the other apostles could not, disprove it. In fact, he said at a point that when they discovered, that's the other apostle, that the power that was rested upon Peter to the Jews, the same was rested upon him to the Gentiles. Said, they gave me right hand of fellowship. Listen to me. You may be competing with a lot of things because you have not tarried enough. That they gave me right hand of fellowship. It's only that they said I should not, slow down when it comes to offering. He said, which is even something that is paramount to me anyway. Glory be to God. You see, we struggle with so many things because we have not learned the art and science of tarrying. Let me show you the third thing in the life of this one singular apostle